So guys, you ever notice how Yhwach called Uryu the last of the Quincy? But wait, Ichigo is literally part Quincy too. That wasn't Yhwach forgetting. He did this on purpose. And the reason why? It reveals Yhwach's most terrifying plan that almost no one talks about. See, what Yhwach knew about Ichigo, stuff that even Ichigo himself had no clue about, changes everything about the final arc. Why was Uryu given special treatment? Why was Ichigo's Quincy blood completely ignored? And what was Yhwach's real endgame here? Trust me, this isn't just about who has what bloodline. It's about why one of these characters scared Yhwach way more than the other. Okay, so here's the deal. We all know Ichigo is part Quincy through his mom Masaki. She was a pure-blooded Quincy, right? So why would Yhwach, a guy who can literally sense bloodlines perfectly, just ignore this? The answer is actually mind-blowing. When Yhwach said last Quincy, he wasn't talking about bloodlines at all. He meant something way more specific, pure Quincy bloodlines that had not been contaminated. Remember that brutal Auswählen thing Yhwach used? That wasn't just some random power for the plot. That was literally how he reclaimed pieces of his own soul from Quincy's he considered impure. And this is where it gets really dark, guys. See, Yhwach saw Ichigo as basically a failed experiment. Just a hybrid with Shinigami powers, Hollow powers, and Quincy powers all mixed together. To Yhwach, that's like the opposite of everything Quincy stand for. But Uryu? Uryu was something completely different. Uryu survived the holy selection that killed his mom and hundreds of other Quincy's. He was immune to Yhwach's soul-collecting technique, the only Quincy who was. And that's why Yhwach needed him specifically. Here's the chilling truth, guys. Yhwach didn't acknowledge Ichigo as a Quincy because, in his eyes, Ichigo was never a true Quincy at all. Ichigo was just a byproduct of all these schemes from Aizen and Urahara. Just a mix of powers that made him useful, but impure. But Uryu? Uryu had something unique. Something that actually terrified Yhwach himself. Immunity to the Almighty's power. That's the real reason Yhwach brought him close. Named him successor. Called him the last Quincy. It wasn't respect. It was containment. This explains perfectly why Uryu was the key to defeating Yhwach in the end. His unique status as the only pure Quincy who could resist the Almighty made him the perfect weapon. That silver arrowhead that shut down Yhwach's powers? It could only have worked coming from someone with Uryu's exact immunity. So when Yhwach proclaimed Uryu as the last Quincy, he wasn't forgetting about Ichigo at all. He was revealing his deepest fear. The one Quincy whose power he couldn't claim, couldn't predict, and ultimately couldn't control. And guys, if you thought this was mind-blowing, just wait until you see how this connects to the true origin of the Soul King that even die-hard Bleach fans miss. That video is coming next week, so make sure you hit subscribe and turn on notifications.